Ladies and gents, welcome back. Oh, my son brought a cold home, so I'm going to try to get through this. No good deed goes unpunished, as they say, and, well, no good deed goes mentioned when it comes to the mainstream media if you're not in tune with their ideology. Now, James Topp is a well-known name in social media. If you've been anywhere on the social medias lately, James Topp is a veteran who is walking across the entire nation from British Columbia to Ottawa, Ontario, in protest of federal vaccine mandates. Now, we have here awesome footage, of course. You don't have to go very far to find where James Topp is currently. Here he is, day 79.
Okay, everyone, it's the end of day 79, and we are well into Ontario. We're at Burma Road in the Trans-Canada, just outside of Kenora, Ontario. So we're going to call the day a 40-kilometer kind of day, at 40-ish, just with the festivities at the Ontario-Manitoba border and meeting various folks. And got a meeting tonight, virtually, with my buds at Veterans for Freedom. So I'm going to go get that done, and then we're going to fire it up again tomorrow, see how far we get. And we're on our way to Ottawa, folks. We're in Ontario, full real. So.
Nice. So he's all the way in Ottawa. I'm surprised how fast he's making it. It's amazing how quick this man has made it across the prairies, across the Rocky Mountains. We have here, this is from Keith Wilson on Twitter, saying Canadian soldier charged for speaking against COVID-19 vaccine mandates in uniform. And this is from Global News. So this is the article that came out yesterday. Canadian soldier charged for speaking against COVID-19 vaccine mandate in uniform. A Canadian soldier who publicly spoke out against federal vaccine requirements while in uniform has been charged. Watch for what's not in the article, just as we get through this. The Department of National Defence says Warrant Officer James Topp faces 2 charges of conduct to the prejudice of good order and discipline. A charge sheet provided by Topp's lawyer, Philip Millar, says the Army reservist is accused of criticizing vaccine requirements for military personnel and other federal employees on 2 occasions in February while wearing uniform. Those include videos posted to social media as well as public comments made in Surrey, BC. Canadian Armed Forces members are restricted in what they can say while in uniform, but Millar argues such restrictions should not apply to policies that affect them personally. Defense Department spokeswoman Jessica Lamirand says a second armed forces member was charged with the same offense, received a $500 fine after being found guilty. So this isn't like he's being arrested or anything like that. Oh, that's the end of the article. Oh, did they forget to mention anything? Maybe something particular that it pertains to his case? Maybe something that's interesting about James Topp. Well, here we are. Toronto Star writes an article this morning. So obviously, Global News breaking that story. Toronto Star making another article saying soldier charged for speaking out against vaccine requirements while in uniform. Mention a few other officers or a few other military members that were charged with similar things. But then it gets down to this part. Topp, in his first video, acknowledged that he did not have authorization to wear his uniform while speaking out against the vaccine mandates, and that he took full responsibility for his actions and the consequences. But warrant officer, who is currently in the midst of a 4,000-kilometer march from Vancouver to Ottawa that started on February 20th, added, I do not believe that the state should have the power over my body and what goes into it. He later shot a second video in civilian clothing, saying he had been ordered to take down the first video. But the original video remains on social media. And once the video is out there, there's nothing you can do about it. It's out there. And that's the way it works on the internet. But hey, maybe this here, the 4,000-kilometer march from Vancouver to Ottawa, is worth mentioning in the Global News article. I I think that's newsworthy. I don't know. Maybe leave a comment in the comment section down below. Tell me if you think that's maybe a newsworthy thing to bring up about an individual who's the lead in your story. Anyway, James Topp is still trucking along. He's still making it. As when I had my interview with Neil from The Hill, I mentioned that James Topp was walking across. I was quickly corrected on that. He's marching across, and there is a difference. There is a difference, and this is something that I learned recently. But he's marching 4,000 kilometers, which is, again, worth mentioning, across the nation to Ottawa in protest for these mandates. And of course, this is what he's being charged with, and it looks like the most that he'll get is a $500 fine. I'm willing to pitch in for that, help him out. But I'm sure there's a lot of other people willing to pitch in as well. So almost a not newsworthy story from the Globe and Mail, but just amazing how they love to just omit the things that are actually the most inspiring things about an individual. It's almost as if they want to kill or squash that that motivation. But it's almost like the Streisand effect here, that when you try to ignore something or actively shut it down in media, it just gets out there further. So everybody, I hope you're having a good morning. I'm trying to get over this cold, and just thought this was a great story for this morning. James Topp doing a great job making it into Ontario now. And if anyone's driven across the country, they'll know that Ontario is the longest trek it is if you don't go stateside. So best of luck to James Topp. And well, we'll see you in the next video. Keep on trucking.